IonQ computers. Time to start talking quantum computers. It's the earnings call. What an exciting day it is today. Markets rallying, but when comes the drop? You've got to be careful. You've got to look out for it. And we are very close to the IonQ earnings in just a few minutes. We're going to cover it live. Get ready. It's going to be an explosive night. I love this sector. Very exciting, very volatile, very easy to make money as long as you protect yourself. That's the IonQ earnings coming up right after this. Tap the like button, consider subscribing. If you are watching later, you can skip through all this, get a cup of tea on and get excited. For quantum computers, it's time to make some money. Let's go. IonQ earnings, fantastic. In just half an hour, we're going to talk IonQ. I am very, very excited. And if Vaz is watching, or anyone who knows me, guess what this is? I've just bought this for the studio. Any ideas what this is? Very exciting. Look at that. Wonder what that is? We'll talk about that later. Anyway, Vaz, you might like that, mate. Very exciting. Boom. It's a button. It blows the channel up. All right. So IonQ, we're just half an hour away from the earnings call. What a day it's been. Our trades have been explosive. We've beaten the market again. Absolutely pushing through now on Coca-Cola. I sold my entire position today, now over $500,000 now, all invested. We're just about to hit 800 grand if this goes well, all from $5,000. Anyway, we're not talking about Coca-Cola right now, but it is pretty exciting though. I think you'll agree. The markets are on fire, but you've got to be really, really careful. So what is IonQ all about? Tap the like button. Have you done that? Okay. Have you considered subscribing? Have you done that? Okay, let's get straight into it. I've got some amazing facts for you before the call begins. So what is IonQ? Well, IonQ was founded by two pioneers in quantum... Oh, no way. No way. I can't believe it. Now my computer's crashed. Oh, God, it's broken twice. Oh, my gosh, everything's broken. We've been, honestly, Vaz was telling you earlier about the gremlins in YouTube at the moment is unbelievable. So we're going to try and fix this as I'm live. Let's see if I can. You might see a few screen flashes, but it should go away in a second. But anyway, hopefully we'll get back, and I've got to press 3 buttons to reset. We've got a little system now where I can reset things live, which makes it a bit harebrained, but we can just about survive. All right, should we try that again? I think we're good. All right, so let's do it. IonQ, am I good? I think so. Was founded by two pioneers. Might have something to do with this red button, the big red button, solid steel. What's all that about? Anyway, I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, so IonQ was founded by two pioneers in quantum computing, Christopher Monroe and Junsang Kim. Both leading experts in trapped ion quantum technology. IonQ uses trapped ion quantum computers. Trapped? What's going on? Well, you'll find out in a minute, and you'll listen to the IonQ earnings call, which many researchers believe are more stable and accurate than other quantum approaches because ions naturally maintain quantum states longer. Are you lost already? It is complicated stuff. I agree with you. IonQ became the first pure play quantum computing company publicly traded on the stock market when it listed through a SPAC merger in 2021. IonQ systems are accessible through major cloud platforms, including Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure Quantum, and Google Cloud Marketplace. The company's technology is designed to solve problems traditional supercomputers struggle with, including drug discovery, logistics, optimization, AI modeling, and cybersecurity. IonQ has partnerships with government agencies and research institutions working on next-generation quantum applications for, you'll like this one, defense, energy, and advanced computing. So instead of measuring power only by qubit quant, IonQ introduced the idea of algorithmic qubits. I've just got a message from Vaz. He's just writing something to me. And I wonder if he's worked out and guessed what this big red button is. See this? It's a big red button. I'll give you a couple of clues. If you look on the front there. If I can get it in focus, it's like, it's trying to focus on my face. Focus. There you go. See that? Look, what are those cables there? Musicians, audiophiles will know what those are. Vaz probably won't know what those are. Sensei won't know either because they don't know anything about sound. They don't have a clue. All right. Anyway. So Algorithmic qubits is a way to measure real usable quantum performance. Quantum computing, cloud, eventually crack encryption methods used today, which is why companies like IonQ are heavily involved in the future of quantum safe security. IonQ stock became one of the most talked about speculative AI and quantum plays during the recent AI investing boom, often moving dramatically around earnings, reports, and tech announcements. We're about to have the earnings call coming up in just a few minutes. It's going to be a very exciting earnings call tonight. Many experts believe quantum computing could become a multi-trillion-dollar industry, and IonQ is frequently mentioned alongside major players racing to dominate the future of computing. There you go. A few facts for you I thought you might find a little bit interesting. So we got a lot of new people here today getting excited about quantum computers. So please tap the like button. How many likes have we got? We've got 109 watching. It's a very small company. Not a lot of people pay attention to it, but you should be. This is the future of EVs, EV tolls, quantum computers, all of this stuff. AI is all part of it, right? Tap the like button. Let's see if we can we've got 115 quantum in IonQ investors tonight tuning in. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. If we get 100 likes, we'll get suggested on YouTube, which will be great. Oh, here he is. We got Vaz. Amprius earnings as call has moved to tomorrow morning. Not happening tonight. Oh dear. No Amprius earnings tonight. Hey Vaz, I'm glad you tuned in. What's this? I've just bought a new gadget for the studio. Look at that. What are those connections there? Any idea? Big red button, solid red box, proper bit of quality. None of your Chinese nonsense here. This is the real deal, folks. Look at that big red button. What does that do? Any ideas, Vaz? The clue is in these cables, right? Any idea? Sits on the desk. What am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with that? Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think. Right, we're 31 likes now. We're on the way. IonQ. Right, let's look at the stock. See what's doing. We're up 9.4% at the moment. I'm very excited about my position today as well. Only up 1.1%, but remember, I'm in a defensive position that moves steadily upwards. Doesn't boom upwards, doesn't boom downwards, but it always makes me money. Hoping to hit $800,000 very, very shortly. Okay, let me come back over to the numbers. Let me refresh this. Vaz, what do you think it is? It's a killer. It's either a kill switch or a switcher. Bloody hell, Vaz, you're on it tonight, mate. I tell you, I can't believe it. What it actually is, we've all suffered from this. We've all suffered from this. Vaz has suffered from it. Sensei and me. What have we all suffered from that we need this to fix it? Any ideas? Anyone know what this is? What I could do this with in the studio? All right? We've all suffered from it. Can you imagine? Can you guess what it might be? Anyway, quantum computers. We are waiting for the call. It's about to happen in just a few minutes' time. We'll be there live for it. We've got exactly 28 minutes now. 28 minutes. The screen is up. They're not showing anything. Let me just check the audio coming through. Where's your button? Hey, where's your button, mate? Oh, they haven't got one yet. 15 minutes. Yep, got 15 minutes yet before they... 13 minutes, actually, before they load their slideshow. Kill switch. Right. So let's see if anyone got this right. Let me read the comments. If anyone got this right, if anyone knows, as we wait for the IonQ earnings, what this is for. Let me see. Oh, someone's got it right. Someone's got it right. Let's have a little look. What a day. Liz is here. Hi, Green Gang. Missed the comments. Miss Mike's comments. Miss Mike's comments. Well, yeah, but I don't miss Mike, unfortunately. He got very nasty Stephen. What you don't know is Mike went on to, shall we say, I'm not even going to mention his name, some channel that was trolling us and doxing us and threatening my wife and all sorts of stuff. And Mike was part of it. So what you don't know, it's best you don't know. But yeah, Mike is no longer welcome on this channel. Let's enjoy this day until tomorrow. Who's got some IonQ? Anyone guessing what this is? Do we like DJIA almost 50,000 again? Stephen, This Way Gaming, Evtol Rally on the move. Take some profit, guys. Take some profit. Scooped up some IonQ. Waiting for someone to guess what this is. David David Hensley is here, our top moderator. He does an amazing, amazing job. Thank you, David, for all your service. Where was Santa last 3 years? Hey? Santa Rally this year. Oh, the Santa Rally, yeah. Yeah. Good luck, IonQ. This Way Gaming. Hit the like button. Oh, yeah. It could be hit the like button, couldn't it? But it's not. It's not hit the like button. Scalp traded scalp traded 3.83. Congratulations. 22 is the price target. Is that what? That's what you want to buy IonQ at? Okay. Oh, okay. You said 120, so that was confusing. 120. You've lost me. You've lost me, Don Bellinger. Oh, Martin, have the mute button. Liz is spot on. So what this is, essentially, you know, sometimes we've had our microphones muted. It's because there's many scenes, right? These are all scenes. That's a scene. That's a scene. That's a scene. They've all got different settings. Each thing has a different setting. There's the IonQ earnings. Boring, right? We don't have a thing yet. All these are different scenes. Every time I press a button, they go to a different scene. All of these. And sometimes there's a reason to mute the microphone. Now, unfortunately, I have a really good mute button on my mixing desk, but I can't reach it. It's the other side of the studio, which is a bit bad planning, but that's where it is, right? Okay. And on the software in front of me, I can mute individual channels as well, very, very easily. However, what happens then is, of course, if I forget which channel's muted, sometimes people go, Martin, you're muted. We can't hear you. This, however, with a little bit of modification, and Sensei come up with it. It was a brilliant idea. So this is a proper microphone. It's not a USB microphone like YouTubers have. It's a proper microphone, right? So out of here is an XLR cable, and that is what that is. That little socket there is an XLR cable. Yes, some people use it for DMX to control the lights, but it's technically a XLR cable, a balanced line audio cable, right? So the microphone will come out of here, and it was going into the desk. No longer. It will go into here, and out of here, it will go into the desk. So basically, I've got a switch. Now, what happens is you press the button, the microphone's live. You press the button, the microphone's muted. But it gets better than that. Let's read this from Stu. IonQ, 20 minutes to go. Here we go. Yes, Stu.
At Stu 7,588 tipped $5 through Super Chat. The cables go to White House. When you press red button, Trump comes to door in a dress with cans of Coca-Cola.
That's very good. That's very good. That is actually, that is the best one so far. No doubt about it. All right. No, what actually happens then is I press this button and it mutes the microphone. It's stupid, really, because I've got a really nice big button over there on the mixing desk. If I put my back camera, see over there, just behind the plaque is a mixing desk with a button on it to mute the microphone. I just can't reach it. I just can't reach it. All right. So basically, this will mute the microphone. Now, Sensei came up with an idea. I tried to find one with a built-in red light. Right. So live, you're on air. Now, they do these for USB microphones, but they're not real microphones, right? They're rubbish, okay? This is a real microphone. So we can't get a USB one. So what we come up with, you're going to like this, is a little stick-on light, battery-operated stick-on light, which can go on there And when I press the light, I press the switch. See, there'll be a little light there. Comes tomorrow. Got to order it separately. Press the light. The light's red. That means you're on air. That means the microphone is live. You like that? Press it again. Light goes out. It's muted. How about that? All I got to do now is decide which way round. I think it should be lit when I'm live. But if I do that, that means the microphone is going to be on. The light's going to be on all the time. I might make it red when it's muted. That's warning, your microphone's muted. That's probably better because it's hardly ever muted. Otherwise, the light will be on 24/7. It'll never be off. Battery will be worn out every day. So, yeah, I might turn it the other way around. How about that? How about that? That's good, isn't it? Bloody right, that is. Okay, so there we go. No more getting muted on the show. Look at quantum computers go. Quantum computers going now. Let me refresh. Let me have a little look at the numbers. Am I getting some numbers come out? Let's have a look. Yes, a very nice beat. Very nice beat indeed. Estimated 52, losing 52 cents. Remember, this company still loses money. Pre-revenue business, right? Minus 52 cents. It's making minus 34. It's a big move in the right direction. It's incredible how expensive this stock is for a company that loses money. But nevertheless, this is the future. This is the number one, in my opinion, quantum computing company. Amazon believes so as well. They're big investors in this. Ion Computers. All right, Amazon are all over it. So it's a nice beat. 52 cents per share estimated. Negative, that was. And it's negative 0.34. That is a nice beat. But what you need to realise, though, the last 3, 4, 5 quarters, steadily coming down. Need to understand that. Let's look at it over the last year. And the stock is up 22%, but yet the earnings has been getting worse for like 5 or 6 quarters. It's worth noting that. This stock is very, very overbought, very, very, very trendy, sexy. It's not my kind of stock, right? I'm all about Coca-Cola and always making money. So anyway, the different strategy altogether. Anyway, IonQ, in a couple of seconds' time, it will go live for us and we will be able to bring you the call. Chiradezo, big red button, big red day tomorrow. What's going on? He's got Trump's red button for ordering a Coca-Cola. My computer has been crashing all day. It's been a right bloody nightmare. This week has been so mental with YouTube and technical blips. Bonsoir, depois. I have no idea what that means. It sounds great though. What country are you from? Yelku Kuali. Love it. Tell me what language you're speaking in and I'll speak to you in it. I've got a little way of doing it. You'll be very impressed with me. All right. And when does the call start? The call starts in 15 minutes. Stand by. I think you accidentally pressed the red button, Martin. Yeah. What are you thinking about the earnings call? Good or bad? I'm not too sure. We've got a beat on earnings, but it's about the guidance and it's about the address to the investors. Accidentally hit red button, messes up YouTube, or it resets YouTube. It's the mute button. Yeah, Liz was spot on. Liz was great. Amprius earnings has been cancelled. No Amprius earnings. Vaz, are you covering that? I won't be able to do it myself. I am taking the event. Right. Push it tomorrow. I won't be able to do it. Right. Okay. Thank you, Vaz. Thank you, Vaz. XLR or DMX? There you go. It's XLR. You knew your stuff. Go Ripple. Now we're selling a bit on IonQ. I did mention Vaz earlier, but you missed the comment before you went. Sorry, Nick Jones. What did I do? It's either a kill switch or a switcher to make me off air when my show starts falling apart. That's the one. Stephen Lewandowski, bell, bing, 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 cough button. A cough button? The party button, press it and balloons fall from the ceiling. I think IonQ building out a full stack infrastructure is what gives them a strategic position versus other quantum solutions. I'm right with you there, Clay Cribs. Mute button. Liz was all over it. Nick Jones worked it out in the end. We've now got just over 13 minutes to go to bring you the call. I'm about to do it for you. Kill switch. It's a mute talk button. There you go. All logic. $71. What? The switch. Aimbot pedal. Aimbot pedal, says Sam Rocco Forex. I don't know what you mean. Couples, mute mate, 85 is a momentary talk. You've just Googled it. You Googled it, didn't you? You spot. I know what you did. You're very smart. You got the name. Hang on. You got the name. Yeah, couple. That's it. You got the bloody. Yeah. You were on Amazon. You saw the couple name and you thought, right, I'll Google that. Very smart. Very smart. What time do Union's earnings come out? Any second now. We're covering it live. Swinging 20 to 50 for Friday, says Clay Cribs. I have $2,000 in IonQ and currently up $110. Congratulations, Santa. It's May, mate. 40K in it. Congratulations. We got a lot of guests here today. Could all my Lucasades and Discordians please welcome all our new guests? Lots of new guests tonight. Lots of new people here today saying hello. What time do earnings come out? In just a few minutes time. Ready to go. UK investor afternoon to you. How you been? I think, yes, literally 15 minutes. We got a super chat there. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Emergency stop button. We do need one of those. Seals. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that. So exciting. I love mute buttons. I use it in my work meetings every day. Thank you, Martyn, for everything you do. I still listen to XRP and ZBCN song all the time. Yep, do you want to hear it? We've got an XRP song now as well. XRP, always believe in your flow. There you go. There's my XRP song. You can actually get that in Discord. You can get the song, the ringtone, the wallpaper, and the video, the pop video. That's over there in Discord. All right. Couple of bucks, you can get that. IonQ up post market. If you want the Discord link, we have one-on-one training, we have support, no AI, no bots, no price increase ever, always 90% discount, always just a couple of bucks. Direct with me. And if you've seen, there's Instagram and X, by the way, and there's YouTube membership. If you've not been paying attention, you will know that I have beaten the market 3 years in a row now, going for a fourth year. I've beaten Buffett. I've beaten the market 4 years in a row. And for those watching now, if you're new, the members will tell you this is true. They'll put yes in the chat because we get fact checked all the time live. It's important. I've beaten the market, Buffett, all hedge fund managers for 3 years in a row. And every one of my trades has been spot on. My predictions have been spot on for over 3.5 years now. And if you want to join me on Discord, I share all my trades ahead of when I'm doing it, as I'm doing it, afterwards. We do stage events every day. I tell you all about it. No AI, no robots, no prediction, just me live with my team showing you my real money. And I started with $5,000 on this show 4 years ago, and we're now at, here it comes, 722,000. No options, no shorts, no guessing, no gambling, and no crypto has made me any money. In fact, I'm down on crypto. This is always by buying the bottom. You can buy the bottom. I always buy the bottom, always have, always will. I've got a very specific strategy and it works. And as you can see, I'm at 13.8%. It's actually a lot more than that because we only started this a couple of weeks ago. If you want to see my real performance this year, as we wait, or IonQ, we got the data coming through now, which is great. If I show you the S&P 500, the benchmark, year to date, the S&P is up 7%. Pretty good, right? No, it's not. It's actually rubbish. 7% by May. It's not that great. It's okay. Nothing special. No, that's not what we want. This is how you beat the market. So the S&P is up 7%. If I go to my portfolio and I go up year to date, and we go to the stocks and shares, so we're not even including crypto, you can see I'm up 26% on my stocks and shares, ETFs, whatever. 26% year to date. I've 7, 14, 21, 3, nearly 4x the market. I beg your pardon. It's done a little bit better today. Nearly 4x the market. All right. So if you want all my trades, all my positions live 24/7, they're all shared with you. I literally get out of bed at 3 in the morning and tell everybody my trades and share it all with you live for a couple of bucks. I don't make money from my services. I make money from investing and give it to you all for free. It's what I want to do. It's how I do things. All right. Okay. IonQ. We should now have a doc sent to me. Let me refresh the screen. Wow there. Okay, they are actually late presenting it. I've never seen that ever. That's the first time I've ever seen a doc get sent late on any stock I've ever done. Let me reprocess their application to get it. But that is normally, I've never seen that before. The doc normally goes live exactly at 15 minutes before the call. Never seen that happen before. Let me see if I get it. No, look at that. Nothing there. Well, that's very strange. It doesn't matter. We got 10 minutes to go, but very unusual. Okay, very strange, very strange. Stand by. They're doing things in a different way. I can see that. All the years I've been doing this, and I've never seen a situation like this. Okay. Okay, they're doing it. They're doing it. Yeah, okay, you got to register the company. That's never happened before. Okay, fair enough. There it is. There it is. I've got it. Let me make sure the audio is coming through cleanly. You can't see it just yet. There you go. There it is. Okay, good stuff. Starts in 11 minutes. So this is what they've presented us. That was a very unusual way of doing a call. That's never happened before. But anyway, that's fine. This is the call, the presentation. We're all set to go in just 10 minutes time. So please stand by for the quantum earnings. I will be going back to the audio at a minute 2 and keep refreshing it and make sure we are all good. Right, let's go to comments and questions. Now, if you like quantum computers, we always rank number 1 for the stocks that we cover. So you might like to tap the like button. Tap the like button there and share it out, because once we get 100 likes, we get suggested on YouTube. So tap the like button. That'd be great. And consider subscribing as well. You all done that? Let me go back to comments and questions as we wait for IonQ. So let's have a look. Oh boy, revenue 64.7, up 755% year on year, says Don Bellinger. Then why are you covering it? What sort of question is that? Why am I covering it? Why am I covering it? Well, because it's an interesting stock and we cover nearly every stock. We do hundreds of stocks. Why am I covering it? Kenman, are you in some fan club or something? We're invested. This is called Martyn Lucas Investor. We look at great businesses. We always win. We've got the official tick from YouTube, not just the plaque, verifying this channel to be genuine and authentic, which is a really important thing for an investment channel. But what do you mean? Why am I covering it? Are you used to all the bro channels where you can only cover a stock if you're in it? That's not how we work here. We are like a news channel. We cover. This is my real money. This is all of my real money. I've got over 700 grand now invested in the market. So you're seeing everything. This is the most honest, transparent channel on YouTube TV. I don't have to be in the stock right now to be able to cover it. I mean, that's like saying the BBC, Sky News, CNN, Fox, whoever, they can't cover the war because they haven't picked up a gun and blown people up. I mean, I don't understand what you mean. Why am I covering it? Amprius dumping, missed on earnings, but only by 0.2. DJ Hayes, I didn't think we were. I didn't think Amprius was doing earnings tonight. Numbers are out tonight, yes, but the call is in the morning. Yes, all logic. I'm not sure what that means. Martyn, do you have time for McDonald's earnings tomorrow morning? I do, but you have to request it. It's a $10 super chat if you want to get me up early tomorrow morning and do the McDonald's earnings. So yes, if you want me to do it, first come, first serve, a $10 super chat. I will get out of bed tomorrow morning and I will present you the McDonald's earnings. Yes, with 10 facts, with all the slideshows, with all the information. Yes, I can do that if you do a $10 super chat. How long we got to go? 7 minutes to go. Massive blowout on the chart. Just going for the numbers now. Record-breaking numbers, but massive overreaction, says Vaz on Amprius. Starlight, Home Depot. Yup, I can send you a spare if you like, all logic. This Way Gaming, buying some Amprius tomorrow. Vaz agreed, big overreaction. Welcome all new members. Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Welcome to the party. Indeed, IonQ bullish or bearish? I am bullish long term, but the stock is always overpriced. A momentary trap of reason. Brought my first house in 2018, all the crypto bull run. Don Bellinger, congratulations to you. Tiny Big Dog, trap off. What does that mean? It looks like we are doing McDonald's earnings in the morning. It's been booked. Write it down.
At Dondax tip $10 through Super Chat. MCD. Thank you.
Okay, it's booked. I shall get to work tonight, put together the facts, put together the slideshow, put together everything you need and all the data for that in the morning. Okie dokie. Use the translator, says Star. I haven't got time to go through the comments. Sorry, Starlight. If you repeat it, I can do it again. I'll try again. Will you cover Unity software earnings tomorrow morning? No, unfortunately, we've just had McDonald's booked, so it's too late. Been a minute, brother. Missed you. Ethan Bressard. Yes, missed you too. How you been, mate? Lovely to see you back. Thank you much indeed. Must be patient with those solid state and quantum stocks. Their time will come. I agree with you. I appreciate that Floyd reference, said Clay Cribbs. Okay, we are now 5 minutes to go before quantum computers. It's getting pretty exciting. A big audience for this. So if we get a big audience for this and everyone tap the like button, all right, I will do a full deep dive analysis on this tomorrow. Okay, full deep dive analysis on this. If you would like a full review on this, if we get 100 likes, I will do a deep dive analysis showing you the balance sheet, profit, loss, who's buying on the inside, who's selling on the inside, the whole kit and caboodle. I will do that for you to go alongside this earnings, to follow up the earnings, okay? So it'll give you an indication of whether the stock is going to perform well or not, all right? And I've got a good track record because I've beaten the market now 3 years in a row, going for 4 years, and that includes Warren Buffett and hedge fund managers. I've just shown you the numbers. So if we get a good number tonight, that's what I'll do. All right, what time is the earnings for IonQ? 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Starlight, all good. If you repeat your message in your language, I will do it again. Tomorrow morning, we've just got booked in McDonald's tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow night, Thursday night, who wants to book tomorrow night's earnings? We have got, in fact, I know what I want to do. I would like to do, nothing's booked in yet, SoundHound, Rocket Lab, Coinbase. SoundHound, Rocket Lab, or Coinbase. We got a new member.
Clay Cribs 2581 has become a member.
Okay, Clay Cribs, you've got 3 minutes to go before the call begins. I'm going to tell you what you get as a member. First of all, you can now comment in the chat when we are members only. When we get busy in a minute, we'll go members only. There are members only videos, members only live streams. All our interviews with CEOs are all members only. We often interview CEOs. We got 2 next week, all members only. If you want to comment to a video, I reply to every single comment on YouTube. Me personally, no AI, no robots. I only do it for members. So if you comment to a video or a live stream afterwards, I will answer you. Also, members all get shown on the screen. So you get shown on the screen, Clay. We see you, we acknowledge you, no one gets left behind. As a member, you can book earnings calls, you can book stock analysis videos, all of that. I engage with you on social media. Here's my X and Instagram. If you go Electrum, you get all of my trades 24/7. 3 o'clock in the morning. If I'm buying something, I'm sharing it with you so you can see it. If you want Discord, Discord is only a couple of bucks a month. We could charge a lot more than that, but we want to help people. Now, it's very limited. We only have 1 space available today. That's it. It's a very limited server. There's a waiting list, and we let 1 person in per day. And the person that came in today, their system failed, their payment failed, so there's a spot available today. There is Discord. It's a couple of bucks, same as the membership. It will never go up in price, ever. It hasn't changed for nearly 5 years, okay? No inflation, none of that stuff. It's always there to help you. I make money investing. I started with $5,000. I'm now up to, let me show you, $722,000. Okay, no options, no shorts, no gambling, no guessing. And because of that, I don't need to make money from training courses. We have a training course we give you for free inside our newsletter, which is award-winning. You can get that inside Discord. You can get, we do stage events live every day. I'll show you all my trades. All right, so there we go. We got 1 minute to go. So thank you for becoming a member, being part of our family. I don't have $3, so you kick me. That doesn't make any... What do you mean, Ethan? I don't have $3, so you kicked me. Are you talking about Discord? Discord is a membership service. You can't ring up... Were you the guy earlier messaging me saying, I want it, but I don't have any money? Well, you can't ring up Netflix and say, can I watch Netflix? Can I have it for free? It doesn't work that way. I already make it like free. I mean, I literally wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and post my trades for you for a couple of bucks. I can't do it any cheaper than that, and I'm not going to either. And if I kicked you, it's because you didn't agree to be a member. Well, that's your choice. If you can't afford $2 a month, how the bloody hell do you turn your computer on? How do you invest in anything? I mean, I've often wondered. I mean, that's why I made it $2, so everyone can afford it. If you can't afford $2, how the hell do you buy any shares? All right, how do you afford the electric? Anyway, I make it as cheap as possible to help as many people as possible. But yes, you're right. If you're not on the server, we kick you because we get trolls coming in. They want to, spoil it and so on. Unfortunately, it is a closed, private members thing, and that's it. Anyway. Here we go. I'm playing the quantum computers earnings call. We are muted. It will unmute any second now, and we'll go to the call. Stand by. I like the music they're playing. You can't hear it right now, but for copyright, I'm saving it. Right, we're now 20 seconds late. We expect them to be live any moment now. Stand by. I'll bring you the audio straight away. Quantum computers, here we go. While we wait, there's my X Instagram. I've had a few viral videos the last few days on X and Instagram. There's a Discord. There's membership link. There's our newsletter, award-winning newsletter. Our owner talks directly with...
earnings conference call. All participants will be in listen-only mode. Should you need assistance, please signal a conference specialist by pressing the star key followed by 0. After today's presentation, there'll be an opportunity to ask questions. To ask a question, you may press star, then 1 on your touch-tone phone. To withdraw your question, please press star, then 2. Please note this event is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to Hanley, Director of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone,
I can't
welcome to
believe
IonQ's
this.
first quarter 2026
At Punch
earnings
Monkey
call. My name is Hanley D'Onofrio, and
1899
I'm
has
the
become a
Investor
member.
Relations Director
Will you be
here at
covering
IonQ.
Genie earnings call?
I'm pleased to be joined on today's call by Niccolo De Masi, IonQ's Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, and Inder Singh, IonQ's Chief
If you are a
Operating
member
Officer
and you
Chief
request it for
Financial
$10,
Officer.
of
By
course
now,
I
everyone should
can.
have access to the company's first quarter 2026 earnings release issued this afternoon, which is available on the SEC's website and on the Investor Relations section of our website at investors.ionq.com. Please note that on today's call, management will refer to non-GAAP financial measures. While the company believes these non-GAAP financial measures provide useful information to investors, the presentation of this information is not intended to be considered in isolation or as a substitute for the financial information presented in accordance with GAAP. You are directed to our earnings release for a reconciliation of adjusted EBITDA and adjusted EPS to the closest comparable GAAP measures. During the call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements, including those regarding our guidance for 2026.
If you are watching
These
on the
comments are
phone,
based on our predictions
click on
and
the icon and
expectations
join
as
us
of
on the
today and
big
are not
screen. You're
guarantees
watching
of
on the
future
vertical
performance.
phone.
Actual events
You get a
or results
much
differ
bigger
materially due
event
to a
on the
number of
TV.
risks
Click
and
the icon and
uncertainties.
come on the homepage. We
Therefore,
have
you should not
2
put undue
streams,
reliance on
separate
those statements.
streams.
We refer you to our recent SEC
You might enjoy the big
filings, including our annual
4K
report
main
on
event.
Form 10-K for the year ended December 31, 2025, for a more detailed discussion of those risks and uncertainties. We undertake no obligation to revise any statements to reflect changes that occur after this call, except as required by law. Now, I will turn it over to Niccolo De Masi, Chairman and CEO of IonQ.
Thank you all for joining us today. 2026 is off to a strong start at IonQ, and our results this quarter serve as a powerful validation of what we built throughout our transformational 2025. Financially, we have delivered the biggest quarter in IonQ history thus far, and our 4th consecutive quarter of record-breaking results. $64.7 million of GAAP revenue in the first quarter of 2026 is more than 8 times what we delivered in the same period last year. Our strong momentum is a testament to the demand for our industry-leading quantum computers, as well as the commercial impact of our entire quantum platform. As I outlined on our 4th quarter call in February, a key objective for 2026 is to drive superior financial performance by leveraging our scale and quantum product families, combined with increasing geographic breadth and depth. We are executing well and have today raised our full-year revenue expectations to $270 million at the high end. Our results were underpinned by accelerating global quantum computing system sales, increasing high-margin cloud utilization, and deepening application layer partnerships with our enterprise customers. I am tremendously excited about IonQ's ecosystem progress, which was on full display at the New York Stock Exchange when we rang the bell with over 50 customers to celebrate World Quantum Day. IonQ is defining the quantum technology market and establishing the leading hardware and software quantum industrial ecosystem. Our organic performance is a direct reflection of this leadership as we architect and deliver the quantum platform for the next century of computation. We continue to widen our lead across commercial and technical frontiers. Our parallel gate architecture with electronic qubit control will allow us to solve problems at a scale and cost that we believe will be unmatchable. On April 14th, we rolled out clear third-party validated benchmarks, showcasing the incredible time to solution and cost to solution advantages that our quantum computers already possess. These metrics represent the speed and economics with which our systems deliver accurate solutions to the world's hardest problems. As you can see on slide 6 of our investor presentation, we presently enjoy up to 10,000 times faster time to solution on key quantum algorithms, including 1,000 times faster for the quantum Fourier transform. The quantum Fourier transform, in fact, enables many critical use cases, such as cryptography, molecular drug discovery, advanced material synthesis, and unlocking fusion energy, making this time to solution valuable today and into the future. It is not a coincidence that several of the key utility scale applications described by DARPA's quantum benchmarking initiative could take advantage of quantum Fourier transforms under the hood. IonQ's time to solution advantage with quantum Fourier transform and other benchmark algorithms today underscores our fidelity and connectivity advantages that we expect to endure throughout the coming decades. I am proud to report that we have pre-sold our first chip-based 256-qubit system in the first quarter. We are moving with conviction to demonstrate this technology by year-end, with customer systems expected to begin commissioning by the end of the second quarter of 2027. While much of the industry remains in the scientific research phase, IonQ has been able to focus on delivering production-ready systems that are shaping the quantum market globally. We remain the first and only quantum company in history to have demonstrated the critical technology components at the performance levels required for full fault tolerance. The next critical frontier in our industry is the efficient use of quantum error correction to convert high-quality physical qubits into even higher quality logical qubits, unlocking new frontiers of scale and impact. This is the bridge to utility-scale, fault-tolerant quantum computing, and it should be no surprise that IonQ is leading here as well. Just last month, we published our complete architectural blueprint for our flexible modular framework that describes how our technology scales through to 2030 objectives of a fully fault-tolerant system with millions of physical qubits and logical error rates as low as 1 in 1 trillion. Our walking cat paper described IonQ's end-to-end architecture for full fault-tolerant quantum computing, spanning compiler design and error correction to hardware, control systems, and ion movement. This historic paper outlines in manufacturable detail how we will move from today's IonQ commercial systems to deploying and commissioning IonQ's utility-scale quantum computers to customers. The level of detail and completeness in our blueprint is a global first and historic milestone for the quantum industry as a whole. Along with the academic community, there has been strong and broad recognition that this is the industry's first clear, detailed, manufacturable path to scaled fault-tolerant systems. For those able to follow along in our investor presentation, please see page 7 for details. IonQ specificity sets a new standard and distinguishes IonQ with its tangibility, resting on capabilities our hardware has already demonstrated, including 99.99% 2-qubit fidelity and reliable ion transport. This historic work demonstrates precisely why IonQ is on track to be the first to unlock fully fault-tolerant quantum computers, as we published clearly in June 2025. Our level of transparency is only possible through our 30 years of innovation. Only IonQ has the operational maturity and engineering predictability of generations of deployed systems as we now accelerate into a new phase of manufacturing and scale. Moving on now to SkyWater and our merchant supplier activities. As most listeners know, in January of 2026, we announced our intent to acquire SkyWater in order to accelerate the U.S. quantum industry and deepen our commitment as a merchant supplier. We expect the transaction to close in the second or third quarter of 2026, subject to customary regulatory approvals. Over the past quarter, our commercial collaboration with SkyWater has already yielded multiple test iterations for our 256-qubit chip. As we shared in February, we hit the ground running with multiple initial tape-outs. Today, I am pleased to report
provide deep analysis at the end of this, what this means, the balance sheet, the profit, the loss, everything, stay to the end.
And have demonstrated on these sample chips the critical performance we need for the complete 256-qubit chips. To design, fabricate, and test these chips with SkyWater within a single quarter has been a delight.
Become a member.
Our commercial partnership with SkyWater is a demonstration of the kind of acceleration we hope our investment will bring for all customers.
I'll give you all your perks at the end,
merchant supply function,
plus our one-on-one support
and we
training.
Expect these benefits to grow even further once the combination is complete. We already act as a merchant supplier with our industry-leading atomic clocks, sensors, and networking products being sold to other quantum companies. When the SkyWater transaction closes, IonQ will be the largest quantum merchant supplier in the world, with Thomas Sonderman continuing to lead SkyWater. We view this transaction as not only accelerating IonQ's commercialization of fault-tolerant quantum computers, but also using our balance sheet to secure the scalability of the entire U.S. and allied quantum market.
Here comes
As it is a frequent
intrinsic
question
value
from our community, I will now walk through our application and quantum algorithm momentum in a bit more granularity than in prior quarterly calls. This work can be seen in our investor presentation on page 8. Applications and quantum algorithms are another cornerstone competitive advantage for IonQ. We know that for customers, value is measured not just on a machine's architecture, but by how that architecture ultimately delivers customer value and results.
I'm doing analysis for you right now.
We are confident IonQ already delivers a potent combination of orders of magnitude faster time to solution, the most accessible cost to solution, reliability, and quality that customers cannot find anywhere else. We have more than doubled our quantum algorithm and applications team size in the past few quarters in response to strong demand. We continue to grow internationally, adding both application engineers and field engineers to support customer appetite for implementing IonQ's quantum solutions in their organizations. We are deliberately focused on early advantage verticals, pharmaceuticals, financial services, energy, and logistics. Real-world examples from just the past few quarters include the following partnerships. In the financial sector, we ran the world's first large-scale portfolio optimization quantum algorithm using real S&P 500 data. This showcased, along with Kipu Quantum, our systematic improvement in portfolio quality and execution time in a production environment. Our trapped ion hardware has a long-term structural advantage for dense portfolio optimizations such as these because of its all-to-all connectivity and its industry-leading single qubit and 2-qubit gate fidelities. With Synopsys, we demonstrated accelerated computer-aided engineering workloads through quantum-enhanced graph partitioning. We achieved double-digit percentage advantage in end-to-end time for large-scale structural models, such as a Rolls-Royce jet engine and automotive models also. Crucially, this demonstration was integrated into their existing cloud workflow with zero new infrastructure required. Einride is using IonQ to optimize shipment allocations and fleet orchestration for electric and autonomous freight, delivering measurable gains in real-world logistics efficiency. We have already demonstrated real-world commercial validation using anonymized logistics data and historical cancellation logs. By achieving an increase in shipments delivered, this work will underpin very significant revenue gains for our partner at fleet scale. With Quantum Basel, we are advancing hybrid quantum classical techniques to optimize large language models and reduce energy consumption. Our results show that IonQ quantum computer energy consumption scales approximately linearly with qubit numbers for shallow circuits. By comparison, classical simulation exhibits exponential scaling. We are on track to demonstrate significant energy savings with improved inference performance as we scale these capabilities. These 4 production-oriented applications are just some of the examples our customers are deploying to actively drive business advantage and growth. We are proud to announce in parallel that our work to positively and powerfully impact humanity itself has this quarter seen a step change. We are now working with participants from the Welcome Leap initiative out of the UK, which is a program designed to accelerate human health, to apply our quantum optimization to improve cancer research. Our work introduces new computational approaches for reconstructing difficult regions of DNA that are often missed or misread by existing methods. This could become a useful foundation for future studies of genetic changes that matter in human disease, including cancer. Last quarter, we also announced a commercial partnership with CCRM, which is one of the world's leading accelerators for advanced therapies. We are very excited about the work we are doing with them, which includes cell and gene therapies for cancer and immune system rebuilding. This work is truly world-changing, offering a powerful new future for human health. We have also begun work on combining our quantum optimization technology with computational methods for gene therapies. That includes optimization of mRNA sequences that get delivered into cells. Long-term, we anticipate personalized medicine acceleration. For those following along in our investor presentation, this can be seen on page 8. Let us now turn to the rest of our unique and expanding quantum platform. Building on the momentum of our recent deployments of quantum communication networks in Switzerland, Romania, and Slovakia, IonQ has now successfully deployed Poland's first national quantum communications network. This is one of the largest terrestrial quantum key distribution networks in Europe, and it cements our position as the partner of choice for sovereign quantum security. We are similarly expanding our quantum platform leadership domestically by announcing a new statewide quantum networking initiative in the great state of Florida, and the first commercial sale of a quantum memory node into the Mid-Atlantic Regional Quantum Internet, hosted at the University of Maryland. These partnerships underscore that IonQ is proudly playing a central role in the development of our secure national quantum infrastructure. On the technical front, we continue to innovate and lead the market as the only public company with a scaled quantum networking division. Last year, in partnership with the Air Force Research Lab, we achieved the first qubit to telecom frequency conversion in a field deployable system, enabling real-world quantum networks on existing telecom infrastructure. Last month, on World Quantum Day, we announced that in conjunction with AFRL, we connected qubits from 2 separate systems. This is the first demonstration of connected commercial quantum computers, demonstrating the operationalization opportunity of quantum interconnects and paving the way for distributed quantum computing that will underpin the future of secure global communications. Our contract with DARPA's HARC program is another testament to our leadership in quantum memory, modular quantum computing, and scalable networking architectures using quantum interconnects. IonQ is playing a critical role in enabling a new class of networked quantum computers that can combine multiple qubit types into an interconnected high-performance architecture. To our knowledge, we are the only industry player to win a hardware award as part of HARC. This contract is another powerful example of how IonQ is already serving as the leading merchant supplier to the entire quantum industry, with key IP, including the world's most accurate commercial clocks that matter to any modality's long-term scaling and manufacturability. Turning now to slide 9 in the investor presentation. Momentum remains strong at IonQ Federal. We continue to advance through DARPA's quantum benchmarking initiative and are building out our capabilities to support next-generation GPS, alternative PNT, and other mission-critical initiatives for our nation. We were awarded a $39 million contract to advance next-generation space communications under the Space Development Agency's HALO program. This paves the way for mission-ready quantum space systems for national security. Just this week, we expanded our space mission and sensing capabilities with a new product launch delivering persistent change monitoring intelligence from space. We were also awarded a spot on the Missile Defense Agency's SHIELD contract, which is focused on the rapid delivery of innovative capabilities to the warfighter with increased speed and agility. Our technology platform represents a dual-use advantage for our nation and its allies, underpinning both economic growth and national security. We are proud to be the partner of choice for U.S. and allied governments in this geopolitical quantum space race. In order to do this work with U.S. government agencies, high technology readiness levels are an imperative. Our quantum sensors and clocks have reached TRLs for deployment on land, sea, air, and space. At this very moment, we have quantum sensors currently deployed on a Navy ship and in space on the X-37B spaceplane. Our quantum security products similarly have already reached deployment-ready TRLs across critical infrastructure, telecommunications, and national networks. Providing mature, deployable quantum security solutions today is vital to ensuring continuity for communications as quantum computers become ubiquitous. Before I close, I would like to touch on Q-Day and talk through page 10 in our quarterly investor deck. Lately, Q-Day, the threshold where quantum systems render current RSA encryption obsolete, has dominated industry conversation. We have been transparent in our assessment of Q-Day's timeline since publishing our technology roadmap in June 2025. Based on our public roadmap, we expect to achieve the logical qubit count required to challenge RSA 2048 encryption in the 2028 to 2029 window. China's stated goal is 2029 in their government quantum efforts. It's worth noting that our peers have now recognized this accelerated timeline, with Google very recently bringing forward its expectation for Q-Day from the mid-2030s to 2029. As we continue to accelerate the timeline toward Q-Day, we view it as a strategic responsibility to also provide the solution. We are not just identifying a future risk, we are delivering mature, field-deployable hardware and software cybersecurity solutions that allow global governments and enterprises to both enhance cybersecurity today and ensure our nation's protection in the age of quantum ubiquity. IonQ is uniquely positioned to deliver post-quantum security solutions precisely because we're the ones defining the offensive frontier. Our deep understanding of how advanced quantum systems challenge RSA and ECC encryption allows us to build superior defenses. This creates a powerful strategic flywheel. Our hardware leadership informs our security innovation, and our security expertise de-risks the quantum transition for our customers. As I said on our full year call in February, 2025 was a strategic and financial inflection point for IonQ. Today, I am confident that 2026 is in turn the year we move from platform building blocks to platform execution at scale. we will continue to deliver superior financial performance, unlock exponential value through applications and system-level breakthroughs, and operate with both discipline and speed. IonQ's mission is to pioneer and globally commercialize the world's quantum solutions, positively impacting every aspect of applied science while ensuring U.S. and allied leadership in this generational and geopolitically vital technology race. I want to thank my colleagues for their extraordinary efforts and the broader quantum industry for their partnership. With our strong capitalization, unmatched talent density, and clear roadmap, IonQ is one platform, one team, primed and poised to win. I'm now delighted to hand the call over to Inder Singh, our COO and CFO.
Thank you, Niccolo. We are very proud to report our strongest quarter in the company's history, delivering $64.7 million in GAAP revenue, which is 755% year-on-year growth. This is now our third straight quarter of record-setting revenue growth. These results exceeded our revenue guidance by over 30% and our own expectations. Importantly, our results are underpinned by strong organic growth, which we expect will continue through the remainder of the year. In fact, as we indicated last quarter, we are expecting organic revenue growth to be 100% for the full year, even exceeding the 80% that we reported for 2025. I'll now cover our financials in more detail, which you can also see in our investor presentation on pages 12 through 18. Consistent with the additional color we started to provide you last quarter regarding the different areas of our revenue and the composition of our revenue, I'm going to touch on four key aspects. One is commercial, two will be geography. Third, we're introducing a metric around multi-product sales. And of course, I'll again talk about remaining performance obligations, also known as RPOs. Number one, let me address our commercial revenue. I'm pleased to report that approximately 60% of our revenue came from commercial customers this quarter, similar to what we reported for all of full year 2025. This demonstrates that we are firmly entering the commercialization of our quantum technologies. Commercial revenues consist of quantum platform contracts with non-U.S. government customers. We are happy to see this metric remain high as our revenues grow. We are happy that our commercial sales have now become a major part of the business, and importantly, a takeaway for us is that our quantum solutions have moved well away from the lab and squarely into real-world applications and deployments, as Niccolo described. Number two, our global revenue mix. I'm also pleased to report that we are seeing demand for our products come from around the world and from more countries than ever before. In Q1, approximately 35% of our revenue came from international markets. We've now sold solutions in over 30 countries, compared to a year ago when we had customers in just a few. As I said last quarter, we're working on pursuit and capture in a very methodical way, and it is now starting to pay off as we begin to see revenues come from many more parts of the world. Number three, we are providing you with an additional metric, a new view into our revenues, which you look at, and I would best describe it as multi-product sales. Multi-product sales means what percent of our revenue came from customers who have now bought more than one product from us. For example, computing, networking, sensing, security, etc. I'm pleased to report that in Q1, over 1/3 of our revenue came from multi-product sales. The reason this is important is consistent with the strategy that Niccolo laid out last year. We have become the go-to place for all things quantum. Under the leadership of Scott Millard, who heads global sales for us, we have created a methodical approach to our go-to-market strategy. This includes cross-selling across our business, very disciplined pipeline development and conversion, a land and expand strategy, and yes, an amazing group of sales leaders that we are deploying around the world. While we may or may not always share all metrics every single quarter, we want to provide you color that will help you look at our business. You should know that we are investing in growing our revenues across our entire suite of products. It was Nicolo's vision a year ago to develop this quantum platform company, and we are seeing that play through our financials now. This multi-product metric represents how that platform strategy has turned into financial outcomes. Number 4, let me spend a moment on our remaining performance obligations, or RPOs, which is a widely accepted measure that companies use to gauge their visibility over several quarters. As of March 31st, 2026, our reported remaining performance obligations, or RPOs, stood at $470 million, compared to approximately $72 million a year ago. That represents a growth of 554% year over year. From our lens, RPOs help us get context around the continuing growth of our company, as well as provide visibility potentially beyond the next few quarters. As all of you know, RPOs turn into revenue as performance obligations are met, and RPOs get replenished with TCV from new sales. In Q1, to give you some context, for every $1 of revenue we recognize, we added roughly $2.50 in RPOs. And again, some use this as a proxy for backlog. To summarize my revenue comment, this first quarter of 2026 was another record-setting quarter with a revenue profile of 60% commercial, 35% international, 35% multi-product, and RPOs grew 554% year on year. And yes, we expect 100% year on year organic growth as well. Let me turn to our investments and profitability metrics now. First, let me talk to you about R&D. As of last quarter, our biggest investment area continues to be R&D, and GAAP R&D in Q1 grew 215% year over year to $125.7 million. For some context, last year, our R&D exceeded the entire reported R&D in the quantum industry. Our strategy is to accelerate our innovation, deliver the most powerful quantum computing solutions to the market, connect all things quantum, and secure our customers in a post-quantum world, as Nicolo described. As a prime example of our innovation leadership and the compute power we intend to deliver and are delivering, today we're deploying our 5th generation compute system called Tempo. We're now well on our way to the 256 qubit 6th generation system, and we're starting to turn our focus also on the 7th generation 10,000 qubit solution. We will maintain this relentless focus on innovation, and our financial firepower allows us to do so. Turning now to adjusted EBITDA, we recorded a loss of $96.8 million for the first quarter. In this quarter, adjusted EBITDA included approximately $12 million of expenses related to our commercial agreement with SkyWater for the fabrication of our industry-leading ion traps. This commercial agreement remains in place until the approval and close of SkyWater. Excluding the SkyWater commercial agreement spend of $12 million, adjusted EBITDA would have been $85 million. Turning now to net income. In Q1, we reported a positive $805.4 million in GAAP net income, which was mainly due to an approximately $1.1 billion mark-to-market warrant valuation. As in prior quarters, let me remind you again that this warrant mark-to-market is a non-cash item and depends on the stock price at any given time. Therefore, this net income, including the volatility, does not represent the operating performance of our business. Let me now turn to our financial firepower as a company. Cash, cash equivalents, and investments as of March 31st, 2026 were $3.1 billion. This provides us with the visibility and financial firepower to accelerate our R&D roadmap, invest in new product development, scale our go-to-market engine, and also to acquire critical capabilities. In addition to supporting our investment capabilities, our financial firepower provides comfort to our customers as well, that we will be there for them, not just today, but in the coming years. This helps us create stickier relationships with top-tier customers who want to align with our multi-year roadmap. With my COO hat on, let me highlight a few areas we are driving towards excellence in our execution. As Niccolo shared last quarter, that is one of our prime objectives for 2026. Last quarter, I noted that near-term demand for some of our products in compute was outpacing our ability to perhaps meet that demand. And so this quarter, I'm happy to report we've addressed that and already strategically accelerated our ability to address the demand by growing our deployment teams, forward deployed engineers, manufacturing capacity, and field operations. For one small example, we have more than doubled our manufacturing over the tempo to meet the demand that we're seeing. Looking into the future for our 256-qubit system, last quarter I shared that we had completed tapeouts A, B, and C, and had started working on tapeout D. This quarter, I'm pleased to update you that tapeout D has been completed, the designs have been handed over to the foundry, and their chips are now progressing well through the fabrication process. As part of this process, we received the first fully fabricated ion trap prototypes. I'm happy to share that they're already beyond the critical quality metrics needed for 256-qubit devices. Not only that, but also these metrics are approaching what we will eventually need for our 10,000-qubit device and beyond. This is an important milestone. It means we're proving out the path for the full 256-qubit chips that are in fab at this time, as well as the generations beyond. Building on our progress at the chip level, I'm pleased to share that we're also now wrapping the first engineering prototype for the full 256-qubit computer. This means that we're now moving from component-level testing to system-level testing. These are very important strides towards delivering the full 256-qubit system to the market in the future. And we're not stopping there. As I mentioned, our team is already starting strides towards our 7th generation 10,000-qubit chip. The key to scaling into our 10K high qubit count system is the integration of active CMOS design, where SkyWater really helps. By moving control functions directly onto the silicon with CMOS, we are taking advantage of the scaling techniques of the existing global semiconductor industry. In a nutshell, we're executing on our strategy. Let me now turn to financial guidance.
Quick review on...
As you have heard today, we have built a strong foundation for what we expect will be another historic year for IonQ in 2026. With that in mind, we're pleased to raise our revenue guidance for the full year 2026 to be between $260 million and $270 million. For context, even the lower end of that guidance doubles the company's year-over-year revenues. For the second quarter, we are projecting revenues of between $65 million and $68 million. We are also reaffirming our projections for full year 2026 adjusted EBITDA to be in the range of negative $310 million to negative $330 million. We look forward to the remainder of 2026 with confidence and believe that IonQ is well positioned with the talent density, the processes, the technology, and the innovation investment to remain the trailblazing and quantum leader that we're establishing and have established already. With that, operator, please open the call for Q&A.
Thank you. We will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question, you may press star, then 1 on your touch-tone phone. If you are using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing any keys. We would like to ask you to limit yourself to one question and one follow-up to ensure everyone has a chance to queue. If at any time your question has been addressed and you would like to withdraw your question, please press star, then 2. At this time, we will pause momentarily to assemble our roster.
I will do full analysis
Our
tomorrow
first question
and publish it
comes
on the
from
channel.
John
Come back tomorrow
McPeak
for a full
of
deep
Rosenblatt
dive analysis
Securities.
on
Please
IonQ,
go
all
ahead.
the numbers.
Thanks, guys. Nice work. So I think you've got 3 customers now for the 256. You just called out Cambridge. I think last call you talked about Quantum Basel, and also there's Horizon Quantum out there. Could you talk a little bit about the likely delivery schedule and how we should think about the revenues coming in from these? And then I just have a quick follow-up.
Yeah, thanks, John. Thank you for the comments as well. Look, we are laser focused on.
I've got
our
lots of
fifth
thoughts going on
generation
Instagram and
because
X
customers
right
are
now,
laser focused
throughout the
on it.
night, all the
demand that
highlights.
we're seeing is actually for many more countries that I can share today. You mentioned a few, of course, but as I look at it, the demand for our 5th generation machine, and in fact, customers will look at it and say, well, we might also want to look at your next and your next and your next. That remains very, very strong. So we will continue to announce new wins. I mean, first quarter is obviously just the beginning. As I look at through the rest of the year, the demand is strong. The need for us to have the manufacturing and deployment capabilities was necessary, as I mentioned last quarter. And we've made those investments by bringing on board and deploying, frankly, folks that will be building these. You'll see many more announcements coming in the future. I mentioned Scott and team are busy responding to some of the demand signals that we're seeing for Tempo. And importantly, early demand signals also for our 256. Remember, when customers buy something as unique as a computing platform, they're buying the platform, meaning a multi-year view, not having to shift direction 12 months from now. So we're ensuring that we are in the right places with the right customers who not only have the desire and interest in our solutions, yes, but also the long-term conviction to remain with us over multiple years. Yes, Quantum Basel is an excellent example of that. And there are many more we'll be announcing. Our focus is to make sure that 2026, we deliver on the guidance we provided you and hopefully exceed. And Tempo will be a big driver of that, as well as the rest of our platform. But also, 256 is just around the corner, looking into 2027 and beyond. So hopefully that addresses your question.
It does. And I just have a quick follow-up. The roadmap has 12 logicals, a very respectable, 10 to the negative 7 2-qubit gate error rate. Will that be calibratable? In other words, could you have more logicals with slightly higher error rates? Is that in the cards? Because that's a very low error rate, but it's lower logicals as a result.
Yeah, so I said in my script, hi, this is Nicolo, that we're expecting 10 to the minus 12 error rates as our architecture matures. And so you're going to see even lower error rates in the coming generations of systems. The other thing that we are making progress on is reducing the ratio, still further, between the physical and logical qubit ratio. So I think there's probably some modest upside in the public roadmap that we published last June in terms of physical and logical qubit counts, accelerating a bit further, at least on the logical front. But as we've said consistently for the last year, 2, if not 5, frankly, the advantage of our architecture is we have the highest fidelity qubits naturally. And that makes everything easier, right? It makes the ratio of physical to lower starts out lower even before you start trying to optimize it. And it means error rates are lower, right? And you can see particularly the advantages in having lower error rates on things like page 6 in the investor deck, right? Where we're talking about time to solution and the high fidelity 2-qubit parallel gate architecture we've developed. Time to solution is obviously a product of how many times you got to take what's called a shot in a certain algorithm, and of course how accurate the shots are. Our shots are all very accurate, so we don't have to take very many of them, right? And that's an advantage that we expect is going to endure throughout our entire architecture. And we're already obviously demonstrating it in grand style now, and obviously with the walking cat architecture now all publicly available, you can see how we're going to hold that all the way through 2030.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Craig Ellis of B. Riley Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking the question and congratulations on the momentum to start the year, guys. I wanted to go back to the point that you made, Nicolo, on the April 14th Photonic Interconnect announcement, and it's great to see something that I think some people are calling an Ethernet moment. But the question is, as you look at what that means and how customers are engaging, what are the revenue implications of that, either later this year or out on the roadmap as we look at that advancement in technology?
Well, we're not going to give you a precise guidance on the revenue impact, in out quarters. But I will say that the beauty of our lead in quantum networking and photonic interconnects is threefold, right? So one, we think we can push our systems a long way vis-a-vis getting, 2 million physical qubits on a single chip. At some point, though, we may want even bigger systems. And so data center opportunities arise, at some point in our architecture, whether it's 2 million per chip or it's 4 million per chip or even 10 million per chip. At some point, we may want 100 million qubits, right? I mean, I'm very bullish on humanity's ability to take advantage of more compute power, and particularly more quantum computing power. And I think at some point in the future, generations of quantum computers themselves will help us figure out how to optimize and take advantage of even bigger quantum computers. The second thing that it does is it builds us, an expanded merchant supplier capability, right? So I talked in my prepared remarks about the fact that our quantum memory solutions and IP actually will allow, multiple modalities to potentially connect together in a pretty seamless fashion and work together. And I think that's, exciting vis-a-vis, again, where the world will be in the coming years and decade. And then, of course, thirdly, we've talked a couple of times about the fact that we have multiple customers in the networked quantum computer category. The Air Force Research Lab is obviously the first of those, and that continues to be a large, contract that we prove out every quarter of a year. My colleague Inder mentioned a few other customers, both last quarter and this quarter, as taking quantum networked computers. So in summary, there's really three great lever points for us, and we continue to invest in, of course, protecting our quantum networking and photonic interconnects, because it's something that we've been working on, including from our founder, Chris Monroe, early on. And believe it or not, Chris Monroe continues to work on that. So we're very excited that our lead there, we believe to be as prodigious as the computing one. The world is going to need, obviously, protected communications between quantum computers. And this is precisely why we expanded the vision of the company, 18 months ago, from computing into networking.
Yeah, and I'll just add to what Nicola said, agree with everything you just said. So in Q1, we saw growth in every product line, Craig, year on year. And if you look at our guidance for the year, without commenting on individual quarters, just look at the math. The company's doubling. Organic will be doubling. Therefore, it means the rest of the other product lines that we have also have a doubling effect on the company in total to get to the guidance that we've provided you. The interconnects, the ability to network computers together, the ability to deliver hybrid compute, those are the things that we are uniquely positioned to do. We can compute, we can connect a ion trap type of quantum machine with someone else's. So we are, in that way, being very agnostic. We want the whole industry to grow. We want to become the networking and the compute leader in many ways in terms of our own innovation, and we want the rest of the industry to succeed as well, because that's how you make it a successful, durable industry. We have moved ourselves out of the lab into the commercial market. We want everyone else to do that as well, and that's how we grow. We are happy to see the results that we're delivering. We keep investing, and Niccolo is constantly getting calls in for, would you like some more investment and things like that. So I think there are ideas always that are in front of us. We are very happy with the portfolio we have. It was put together about a year ago by Niccolo in strategy. Become the first quantum platform company, and you will establish basically a critical mass that allows the industry to scale, but also yourself to innovate and scale. So strong first quarter across every product line, strong year. I think you can sort of do the math around the growth of the other products, not just compute.
That's really helpful, guys. And Inder, I'll ask a follow-up question that relates to the COO hat that you also wear. And it's directed at how go-to-market changes as you bring Scott Millard in from Dell, and you talked about wanting to be a service provider and span a range of solutions. He would seem to have just an ideal background for that. But how does go-to-market change as we think of the next few years and the company pursuing the roadmap that you laid out at Analyst Day? Thank you.
Yeah, look, becoming a successful technology company is a team sport. You have to have the legal professional to do the commercial negotiations, so Paul Dacer's team, deployed around the world, working in partnership with Scott, my teams in the finance area, helping Scott succeed, of course. Scott himself developing a methodical pursuit and capture. These are not things companies do until they have critical mass. We think we're there, right? So that's where we're now investing, not just R&D, but go to market. And some of the leaders that have joined the company would amaze you in terms of their knowledge of the market, the mindset of the customer. There's not a vertical that I think quantum will not touch eventually. It will touch everything. Some will be early adopters, some will lag. Areas like financial services, which needs protection now, to the Q-Day comments that Niccolo made. Life sciences companies that need faster innovation because they're competitive and they're trying to solve some of the most intractable problems that humanity faces, and others. So we're happy to be the one that actually brings all that together, whether it's connecting our machine to someone else's or ours to ours with interconnects, as you mentioned. But I'm happy to see kind of the flywheel effect starting to take over, Craig. Happy to follow up with you offline as well.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Troy Jensen of Cantor Fitzgerald. Please go ahead.
Hey, gentlemen, congrats on the results and all the technical milestones. Maybe to start here with Niccolo, I agree 100%. We're on the cusp of your guys' quantum advantage, really helping to solve some commercial applications that we haven't done previously. But I was just curious, how do you think about pricing the value that you guys are creating? Because if you are enabling new drug discovery and new material science, I mean, there are huge market opportunities. So can you just talk about how you kind of price and think through the value you're delivering here?
Yeah, so look, we obviously are innovating business models at the same time as we are building the quantum ecosystem here. Inder has eloquently talked in the last few quarters about the platform strategy translating into real momentum. And so obviously we are pricing things differently when there's a networked quantum computer, and we're providing more value there than obviously just a single system that's not quantum networked. And there's going to be a fair amount of price exploration, frankly, on a global basis as our quantum platform continues to mature. What I am excited about this quarter in particular and this year really is that the market continues to come towards us. And Inder mentioned the fact that at times there is greater short-term demand than our ability to supply it. So we're very focused on improving manufacturing capacity at IonQ in total across the entire platform. We are working on both individual customer sales that can at times be multi-product, but we're also working on some very large, initiatives at the national scale. And I think it's safe to say that there is a fair amount of, bespoke consultative selling that's going on. If you think about the breadth and depth of our product families, as well as the geographies that we now have traction in. Now, obviously, because of our cost advantages and because of the fact that we have always tried to forward invest in manufacturing capacities. I mean, we did that obviously on both coasts in the U.S. Years ago, for example. We believe the greatest power per unit dollar that's on offer in the marketplace, and that's of course our goal. I have talked in prior quarters about the fact that we do three things at IonQ across the company, right? We meet and beat financial expectations, we meet and beat technical expectations, and we continually refine our internal operating system. So as we see how market demand evolves, we will get more efficient about what we're bundling and how we're deploying, configuring, and delivering that. But right now we're at very much the start of that S curve, if you will. And I think there's orders of magnitude of growth to be had here, and orders of magnitude, of maturation to be had in our sales ops, manufacturing, deployment organization. We're proud of the fact that we believe we lead the industry right now in maturity, but we recognize that as revenue continues to grow, this organization will have to keep getting standardized and keep growing up. So we'll keep you posted as we standardize, but we're not quite at the point whereby we're listing, rack prices on our website.
Great. Yeah, and I think it's less about pricing to me. It's more about meeting the customer where they are. So a customer can choose to buy a system. They can choose to access it via the cloud. They can choose to ask us to provide them an edge device that connects them to something. So we meet them where they are. It's less about competing with price. It's more about ensuring that we give them what they want and frankly can afford. And so cloud access is obviously cheaper than buying a compute device. And so not everyone will buy a computer. Not everyone will be happy with a cloud delivered experience.
Yeah, fair. Easy follow-up for you, Inder. Just did you report a number of 10% customers in size at all?
We did not in this quarter, Troy.
Okay, thanks, and keep up the good work.
Thank you for your question.
I've beaten the market again today.
Our next question comes from Quinn Bolton of
3
Needham.
years in a row,
Please
we've
go
beaten
ahead.
hedge funds, Warren Buffett,
Hey,
and
this is Shadi Milwali on for Quinn.
and
Thanks for
the
taking our
stock market,
questions
the
and congrats on all the
S&P
progress.
500.
I guess as IonQ transforms into a quantum platform company,
There's my
can you
portfolio.
talk about some of the solutions you've been bundling for
Started at
customers?
$5,000.
And then has
No
the
options,
bundling
no
been more
shorts, no
IonQ
guessing,
driven
no
or
gambling.
customer driven? Thanks.
Just relationships.
Yeah, great question. The customer journey in quantum is not very dissimilar than the customer journey in traditional networking or compute, candidly. I mean,
There it
sometimes
is.
customers start in one area.
Easy to win. The
and
hard part is to
another,
keep it.
or vice versa. So we have plenty of examples where we can say a customer started with buying a network from us and then saying, okay, please add a computer now, and then maybe saying add security. On the other hand, somebody may start with a compute device sitting next to a GPU cluster or an AI factory, and what they want is to have hybrid workloads. The types of sort of like large-scale matrix multiplication that is required for LLMs runs on the GPU, but where you need simultaneous analysis of all possible outcomes in a fraction of the time, you need the QPU. So we're seeing both. And I think over time, you'll see the industry evolving into something that resembles, frankly, networking. And I
warned everybody right at the top of the call. This is not making money.
Parts to consider here.
Try to help you.
There's a quantum advantage Q day coming up. And whether it happens rapidly, whether we do it as a nation or someone else does it, there's a protection angle that has to be pursued as well. So we're finding some customers say, well, protect me first. Lock down my crown jewels. Help me understand how I can protect what I value most, and then go from there. So all those conversations are happening. They're starting from different places, maybe ending in other places. That multi-product thing that we introduced, and Niccolo and I introduced this quarter, is around how many customers, or what percentage of our revenue at least, is now employing more than one product. And I think that's the network effect.
Great. Thanks for all the color, and congrats on all the progress.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Richard Shannon of Craig-Hallum. Please go ahead.
I'll do full analysis and show you
This
how
is
to make
Thomas
money
Duran
out
for
of this
Richard
stock.
Shannon.
Coming
Thank you
next.
for taking my questions. I just wanted to first understand, when does the architecture that you had recently published intersect into your roadmap? Like, when do you have what size QPU would that architecture be implemented?
You're talking about the semiconductor roadmap, right? So
yeah, the most recent paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, walking cat architecture, I think, is your question, right? For full fault tolerance?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, we're going from 256 to 10,000 qubits, out to 1 million, right? So this full fault tolerant architecture, kicks in every generation, but obviously 10,000 qubits is when, you start to see all of the full benefits of the fault tolerant architecture. So next year and beyond.
Great.
Does that help,
Thank you.
Tyler?
And then
basically use that as a jumping off point to go from 10 to 20 to 200,000 to 2 million. And that just leverages a semiconductor ecosystem.
I'm doing all my numbers for you.
Well-tested, developed, and we can just take advantage of it.
So we're working on like 3 generations of systems at the same time, right? so we're trying to obviously continue to accelerate here, as I say every quarter. If we can find ways to go faster, we will.
Great. And then could you level set on how many satellites you have up in space right now, and if you could, what you think you would have exiting the year, and whether or not you have a quantum memory in a satellite? And I presume that would be connecting Florida and Maryland, but any information on that would be helpful.
Look, I think some aspects of our business are highly classified. We have a constellation of satellites, is what I can say. I think that, we look at the ability to connect things on the ground, from ground to space, space to space, space to ground, under the water even. So we want to make sure that we can meet the customer's needs. And not everyone needs everything. To your point, we're very uniquely positioned that we have the most accurate atomic clock, the most accurate sensing. And yes, we have satellites too. So I look at it as that platform story. Not everybody needs everything, but some of the things that we invest
Stand
in
by for all the numbers.
ground-based, and to your point, some are not.
Yeah, all I'd add to that is I think it's safe to say, like I said in my script, that we're focused on next generation PNT, positioning, navigation, and time. This is obviously dual use. It's important for our Department of War. It's also important for things like the future of autonomous driving, and more precision and more reliability and robustness in GPS is obviously vital. We're a very unique company in the sense that we have obviously a leadership position in QKD. We have a leadership position in optical interconnects in space, and also leadership position in quantum sensing in space and atomic clocks. So there's a good amount of, I think, both U.S. and allied enthusiasm for different configurations of what we're up to, and we'll update the market obviously as we can and as we make progress.
Unique indeed. Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Tyler.
Our next question comes from Antoine Lego of Wedbush Securities. Please go ahead.
Well, thanks for taking my question, and congratulations on the results as well. Just with regards to the timeline compression for Q-Day, I think, Inder, you mentioned it briefly, but are you seeing a shortening of the sales cycles within enterprise customers, or put differently, is there more impetus for enterprises to migrate to PQC standards, and has that driven any acceleration in revenue growth recently?
Look, I can't comment on individual customers before. We are seeing customers wake up to the fact, not just because we're saying it, but Google is saying it, others are saying it, right? I mean, there's a acceptance now that things are about to change in a very radical way in a very short timeline. And if you look at our roadmap probably gets us there before many other companies. So when we look at the need for creating solutions that solve, chemistry problems or, to your point, encryption as well, we also have to ensure that we are ready to secure our customers. And we're starting to see the conversation start around, let's talk about security. So as I said earlier to a prior question, that has become more prevalent now than it was a year ago, for sure. I'm not going to tell you that everyone is thinking, oh, I need to do something for tomorrow. I think people are realizing it's not 20 years away, because that's what they were hearing from some others in tech. We were saying quite the opposite, right? We were saying we're going to build the most powerful computing devices on the planet, and we are. So I think that the natural conversation, when you have the compute power that creates enormous amounts of, exponential amounts of compute energy and power, and then solutions that help guard you today, so you can deploy the compute solutions you want and secure what matters to you. We're very unique in that position.
Thank you. And just a quick follow-up. On the recent Florida Land Rail announcement, can you give us a sense of the scope of that engagement, what it means for the company, or just more broadly, do you see that as a replicable model in other states or jurisdictions? And thank you.
Yeah, so it's a phased contract, and obviously it'll connect, a limited geography to start with, but there's ambitions from Florida's Secretary of Commerce to expand that to be a statewide initiative. Universities are leaning in, obviously, in Florida. The state is also leaning in, and I think they've recognized that as Q-Day is coming earlier, the need to secure critical infrastructure for the state, continues to climb. And it's now inside the planning horizon for both, enterprise and government partners when we're talking about something that is 2 or 3 years away, not, a decade away, right? And so all of a sudden, I think there's broad agreement. We were the early mover and leader on this last summer, but there's now very broad agreement, right, between geopolitical competitors through to, large enterprise, non-quantum enterprise, and of course ourselves in quantum enterprise, that this is, very much something that if you're a CIO, a CTO, a CISO, you now need to plan in, because, the chances of your job, life expectancy running right through this have just skyrocketed, right, in the last year. So it has been a nice, piece of momentum uptick for sure. Inder mentioned landing and expanding. And I think this is for sure, part of that precise strategy. I think we're just getting started here, obviously. And so we will be growing in sophistication, as you can see in our presentation. We talk about security as a key tenet of what it is that we provide, and we've been investing in this as well. So I'm looking at page 10 in particular when I talk about the full stack of cyber for the quantum era, right? And that stack is going to get deeper and broader itself also. And we intend to be, the leading player here, obviously, as we are today.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Nehal Kushki. If you could please, from Northland Capital Markets, please go ahead.
Yeah, great. Thank you. The $12 million impact from Skywater, is that 100% realized in COGS? Would that have been 100% realized in COGS?
The expenses I talked about?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more R&D, tooling and things like that.
Okay. So then can you talk to the driver of gross margin being down about 1,600 basis points Q-over-Q?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this on prior calls, and I want to make sure that I make this very, very clear. This is a nascent industry. This is an industry in which scale will build over time. We are very focused on gross margin, obviously. We start with a huge advantage. Nicola mentioned this earlier. We have a bill of materials that is a fraction of the cost of any other modality. So you start with that, and then you add capabilities on top of it. The better way to think about a business like this, or frankly any other high-tech business on the cutting edge, whether it's AI companies or ourselves or others, is EBITDA, and that's why we guide EBITDA, because R&D is a big component. Just as much as you're focused on COGS, yes, I am too. But R&D is an important ingredient in our recipe right now to maintain and accelerate into our roadmap. So that's what we look at. Yes, as our revenues are doubling this year, maybe more than doubling this year per the guidance, and continue to grow, we have the ability to then drive a cost margin, a cost of goods sold focus as well. At the moment, it's a mix of things. It depends on what you sell more of in any given quarter. So I would not obsess on the gross margin. I'd urge you to think more about a more fulsome view, which is EBITDA margin.
Okay, great. Two more questions, please.
Sure.
Niccolo, the walking cat architecture, can you discuss what you see as the advantages relative to some other new relatively qubit architectures, specifically the GKP architecture?
Yeah, I mean, look, the main advantage is ours is shovel ready, and we're ready to go, and we've gotten there first, as we have with everything else, in more detail and more constructability, right? It is simple. It is all-to-all communication. It is parallel gate, okay? And we're going to have a lot more physical qubits, which means more logical qubits, given our error correction ratio is very low, on a single chip, right? So we'll be able to tackle problems in the fault-tolerant era that simply will not be tackleable by other architectures because they won't have enough logical qubits. 100 logical qubits will not do what 1,000 or 10,000 logical qubits can do on a single chip where it can communicate quickly to each other and seamlessly to each other. The parallel gate aspect I'll highlight because that's really quite unique. And I would also say that, if you go through our BOM, our bill of materials, we announced last September at our Analyst Day at the NYSE that our bill of materials in 2025 dollars was, under $30 million. That's truly astonishing. It's manufacturable. It is low. It is modest energy consumption. It is modest BOM. And because of the way architecture is built, it's really quite robust, right? We don't have a bunch of dilution refrigerator requirements that drives energy, cost, space, and BOM up a long way quickly. What we have is something that, can fit near the front line, can fit in your basement type thing, can fit in a normal data center, right? Section of an office or a building. And because we also control a lot of the IP, I would argue
beating
all
the market
the best
again
IP
today, 3
for
years in a row.
networking and memory.
Look at that.
We have extensibility to full data center offerings already being worked on, already being built in. My friend Inder here mentioned hybrid workflows. Hybrid data centers are coming. There's a recognition of that need. And IonQ, because we're networking forward and always have been, has thought about obviously how that component will fit into our architecture as and when we would like to roll it out. You see customers beginning to obviously work on that, whether it's AFRL and others as early as last year. That's going to accelerate, obviously, in enthusiasm is my prediction. So built for scalability is really my summary here, right? It's modular, it's simpler, it's regular, and it uses, of course, manufacturing techniques that are well proven so we can move quickly and we can move at global scale.
Thanks. One of the things that jumps out to me from the explanation that you just gave was the scalability, and I think that you're intimating towards a better error correction capability, lower physical to logical qubit ratios. Is that contemplated in the long-term roadmap that you guys had laid out a year ago, where when you're talking about a 200,000 physical qubits, you're at 8,000 logical qubits? That basically implies a 25 to 1. Was that already contemplated that you were going to be moving forward with a walking cat architecture that enables the relatively low physical to logical qubit ratios?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been very clear on this, I think, in every meeting, call, and presentation we've done, right? Because we have the highest fidelity, 4 nines, and because we've proven Ion Transport and 4.9s, and we've been working this architecture for a long time. I mean, it's a multi-year effort, not a multi-week effort type thing. So yes, I mean, when we publish things in our roadmap, we have a very high, what I would call, do ratio, right? So end of the day, we do what we say we're going to do, both technically and of course financially, each quarter and each year, and we're proud of that. And these are the goals that our entire team very much prides himself on delivering, step one, and then over delivering against thereafter. So yes, I mean, I'm very proud of the team. We're proud to be there first yet again. I'm not surprised because I said that we would get there last summer, first, and we continue to march right up this curve, right on schedule.
Okay, great. Thanks. And real quickly, do you have the average duration on that RPO?
No, I mean, but you can imagine that it's multi-year. Yeah, in our queue that'll be filed, you'll see we'll break out for you what percent of that will turn into revenue in this year, and then the rest of it turns into future years. What I like about it is we're talking years, right? I'm not talking about 1 quarter visibility. You start to look beyond a quarter, you can now focus on the long term. You can talk about R&D investment for the next 5 years. And you asked some really good questions. And by the way, congratulations on launching coverage of the quantum sector, and welcome to the party and the enlightened side. The thing that I would urge you to keep in mind, though, and I know you know this, modalities that have lots of errors to start with talk about error correction. Modalities that have very few errors do not talk about error correction. Whether lucky or smart, the founders of this company 3 decades ago picked a modality that had highest coherence, best fidelity, lowest error rate. 3 of the 4 ingredients that you absolutely must have. The 4th, speed. So we are now trying to build the fastest, most powerful computing devices on I think, the market today and probably in the coming years. We talk a lot about, you ask questions around, cost of goods and things like that. Customers think about total cost of ownership. Think about what it means to buy a superconducting-based solution, which is great, no knock, but then you have the operating cost after day one. So we don't suffer from that. We don't suffer from the bill of materials issue. We are more around creating the best and most, I'll call it app store and iPhone analogy, which Niccolo talks about a lot. And if you think about that, as we build the next computing device, i.e. the next iPhone, we're also at the same time building the applications that can run on it. That's really important. Keep that in mind just as much as you think about the power of the machine. That's number one. Number two, we're not just a maker of machines anymore. We're a maker of solutions, entire solutions end to end. So it's a platform company. And I think customers are starting to talk more around that and saying, let's talk about that other side of your portfolio, and then we'll come back to compute.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate the answers.
Our next question comes from Peter Peng of JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my question. Just on the near-term question, you guys gave a updated annual revenue guidance, and just based on your second quarter guidance, it would imply pretty flattish revenue through the remainder of the year. I know you guys talked about expanding capacity to accelerate demand. To what extent are you still constrained as we look out in the back half of the year?
Look, we're exercising prudence. Look, it's a nascent industry, right, Peter? I mean, and thank you for the question, by the way. It's a good one. Like when we guided for Q1 a quarter ago, we guided for a number, as you saw. We beat that by 15 million. Now, not that we expected to beat it by 15 million, but we knew we would work towards what we've been doing for 4+ years, providing guidance on technology and financials, and trying to either meet or exceed on both. So I think stay with us on the journey as we look at this company and the potential it brings, the total cost of ownership differentiation, which no one is really talking about yet, the fact that we can deliver the 10,000 machine and then the 20,000 beyond, and to someone's question earlier, it becomes modular upgrades, not a machine replacement at some point. So you get a sticky, very, very sticky relationship with a customer and a mutual dependence. So Thank you. I appreciate your question. We are trying to be responsible stewards of investment, capital, and what we say to investors, with the hope that we can at least meet those expectations that we set out there. And the last 4 or 5 years would suggest we can actually even beat them.
Great, thank you. And then just for your next, the 10,000 qubit chip, can you update us on the timeline? Is that the calendar 27 or is it calendar 28? Maybe just update on timing of that.
Yeah, look, I think we are focused this year on the tempo, right? So 2026, when we last spoke, 2026 tempo, 2027 in market 256, the year after that in market 10K. Now, because we have a team that is integrated across our compute now, under leadership, unified leadership, I would say, Matt, perhaps we can do things differently, perhaps we can do things more efficiently, maybe even faster. So we will invest in continuing to move our roadmap to the left. You've seen us do that twice. When we bought Oxford Ionics, we moved our 5-year roadmap to the left. And when we announced the proposed acquisition of Skywater, and we'll wait for the right approvals to happen, of course, and all that, we will be able to perhaps move, as you saw in our announcement, their roadmap yet again to the left. So the investment dollars that we have and the capacity to keep putting money into this business and delivering solutions faster, and yes, financial outcomes also perhaps earlier and better, is what we're focused on. So 10K in this year tempo, next year to the 256, year after that 10K. My colleague Chris Valance in Oxford, who obsesses over this 24/7, and his entire team are making sure that they can execute with precision for more and more demanding customers. Our devices are not in the labs anymore, remember. Our devices are deployed in hybrid compute environments around the world, and those folks expect machines to work, like turn on day one, work, and provide the compute power that they need in the application development. So it's a continuing dialogue. We're happy to have it with you, Peter. It's an interesting, evolving area. And, when Niccolo and I joined this board 5-ish years ago, we didn't think the industry would be where it is, perhaps. 5 years from now, we'll look back and say, wow. So $3 billion of investment power, perhaps more, singular focus on meeting the customer where they are, not trying to outcompete anyone else except ourselves. Compete against ourselves. That's how you win, and that's our focus.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from Vijay Rakesh of Mizu. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Nicole and Inder. Great to see a solid guide. Congratulations. Just 2 quick questions, one a short term, one a longer term. On the short term, as you look at that mix of hardware and platform services, should that mix be about the same going forward, or do you expect one to accelerate?
Again, I think it depends on where the customer begins their journey with us, right? So again, Number one rule in business, meet the customer where they are. Meet their current need, understand what they need before you try to sell them something, and then do the land and expand and anything else and cross-selling that you want to do. So rather than worrying about which product of our dozens would be growing more than others, I look at the whole company. That's how Niccolo looks at it. We look at it as one P&L, and we're trying to drive outcomes for our customers. The good news is the multi-product sales that we just talked about are demonstrating that customers are maybe starting with one and then adding more than one. And I hope that number will continue to grow over time. Our focus, one P&L, one R&D capability across the company, teams focused on the best efforts in terms of driving innovation. And our job is basically making sure that they succeed in creating innovation happen faster and faster. This is not about Moore's Law. This is way faster than Moore's Law, right? You know that.
Yeah.
So that's how we look at it, Vijay.
Got it. And then on your 2027, you have the ambitious plan of getting to 10,000 physical and 800 logical. How is that looking, I guess? Thanks.
Yeah, early indicators, as we said in the prepared remarks on the 256, last quarter we said we had already started to make progress on the tape out. This quarter we started to do system level testing on the 256. So when you get comfort with that generation of product, you can now turn your focus to the next, right? And it's always like a learning curve. Nicola said it well. There's always an S-curve, but there's also a learning curve. And each learning curve helps you with the next one. Nicola, I don't know if you want to add something.
Well, no, all I want to add to this is we're working on 3 generations, in parallel. Obviously, we've talked in my prepared remarks about our success in the first quarter on the 2v6 tape out with SkyWater. We expect, continued progress, momentum, success there. Obviously, the difference between our architecture and what you might see in the marketplace is we've published the shovel-ready blueprints, right? We've been working on that for quite some time. We've published it, and our architecture is very scalable, very unique, very modular, and ultimately it is something which is fully proven already in terms of what the components need to be, right? It's simple, it's regular, it has unified error correction, it's got parallel gates and execution, and ultimately it's got subroutines with, dedicated components tiled, in the hierarchy on each chip. And so going from 10,000 to 100,000 to a million is not a particularly, demanding leap. I think if you looked at, what is being driven between generations of classical GPU architecture, I would argue that we are on parallel or simpler, right? And so we look at this scaling now, as we've said repeatedly the last year, as really an engineering challenge. Everything in our blueprint is extremely realistic in terms of the constraints and the specific details on the compiler design, the error correction, the hardware control systems, ion movements, parallel gates, the fidelities that we're requiring are all less than what we've proven in the lab already, right? So I'm not saying that it's not hard. I'm not saying that there won't always be some things that sort of crop up when you move from a few systems to dozens or hundreds or even someday thousands or millions of systems. I mean, that's all possible with this architecture. But nevertheless, it is all very digestible, and it's been done many times in the history of humanity, right? So I think every year, it becomes yet more proven out. We sell more systems, and we prove out another generation. But the hard work's been done on this architecture, on the components of the architecture that have all been demonstrated in the last, year and years, for that matter. This is really the culmination of 30 years of work, and the reason we're ahead is we've been thinking about it longer than everybody else. We built the first quantum logic gate in '95, and today we have the highest 2-qubit gate fidelity, and of course we also have the first shovel-ready blueprint, because we're not resting on our laurels. We continue to put the pedal to the metal, and we keep pushing this, and we keep investing, and we will continue to do that.
Got it. Thank you.
This concludes the question and answer session. I would like to turn the conference back over to Niccolo de Masi for any closing remarks.
Thank you, operator. As I shared in our annual letter to shareholders last week, my personal journey with IonQ dates back to reading our founder's seminal paper on the world's first quantum logic gate as an undergraduate physics student in the 1990s. That moment was a shot heard around the world for anyone passionate about quantum mechanics, and it cemented my commitment to this company's mission. Today, 1 year into my role as chairman and CEO, IonQ has evolved from a quantum computing pioneer into the world's preeminent full-stack quantum platform and U.S. merchant supplier. We're the only company delivering integrated solutions across quantum computing, networking, sensing, and security in all major and allied geographies, and in all domains from submarines to satellites for the warfighter. We believe passionately in the importance of our merchant supply mission for the U.S. and allied quantum industry. We are investing in building a foundation to support the acceleration and commercialization of the entire quantum ecosystem, as we have already done with our atomic clocks, sensors, and quantum networks. Our North Star is to pioneer quantum solutions and quantum applications that create durable value across global industries, and we are poised to transform sectors spanning pharma, finance, energy, defense, materials, logistics, GPS, cybersecurity, and far beyond. Our revenue momentum underscores how we are already positively our global customers in these domains. We have 1,500 world-class professionals comprised of over 300 PhDs and the deepest IP portfolio in the industry. With over $3 billion of cash on the balance sheet, we are now moving from quantum platform building blocks to quantum platform execution at scale. IonQ is one platform, one team, primed and poised to win. I want to thank our shareholders for their continued trust and our colleagues for their extraordinary effort. Thank you again for joining our call. We look forward to 2026 with confidence.
Okay, very interesting call tonight. Very volatile stock all over the place, but lots of great stuff in that call. I've been taking hundreds of notes, putting together an event for you, which I've decided because we had so many new people tonight, new guests to our channel. Thank you very much for coming. I am putting on a full deep dive analysis with all the facts broken down for you. I'm going to be up late tonight working on it. This is the event. Here it is. It's first thing in the morning. It's 9 a.m. Central Time. This event will take you directly to it. It'll be live with you in the audience, so you can ask me questions as I'm doing it. I'm going to bring you the balance sheet, the facts, the numbers, how to win on this. For 3 years, I have consistently beaten the market, beaten Buffett, beaten every hedge fund manager, all live in front of the whole world. Everyone has seen me do it. This is my real money, my real portfolio on the screen. I started with $5,000 and I'm now at 723, no options, no shorts, no guessing, no gambling, by simply talking to the people that work at the companies, bringing them on the show. We've done all of that in front of everyone. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a full deep dive analysis on this. I like what I'm hearing, but you don't know how to trade it and people are getting it all wrong. So in the morning, we're going to go live to this event. So I'm going to give you the link to it right now. It's pinned to the top. This live stream will take you directly to it. So here it is. Let me give you this here. If you click on that link, please join me in the morning. If you'd like to be reminded, make sure you tap the like button when you go there and click reminder. That way you won't miss it. All right. And consider subscribing to our channel. We are going to do McDonald's earnings in the morning. We've been asked to do that. But straight after that, we've been asked. No one asked me. It's just the fact that you were all here tonight. I thought I would do it for you. So underneath the video, it's got a little bell notification. You can go in the chat right now. You can start to comment, whatever. I'll do a deep dive analysis on all the numbers, all the facts, breaking it all down. And I'm going to have a word with a few people connected in this space. I've got friends at Ripple. I've got friends at the bank, CEOs, hedge fund managers all over the place. And I'm going to put together some information tonight to help all of my viewers. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up. It's an amazing night. We've made a lot of new friends tonight. If you are one of the people tonight who is new in the chat, please let me know your country. Where are you calling in from? We have 76 countries watch our channel. So just put in the chat what country you're from. All right. Now, before I go, because I've got to prepare this analysis, a lot of work involved, plus the McDonald's earnings in the morning, I'm going to give you a few links that might help you. First of all, if you want our X and Instagram, it's below in the description, but I've just dropped it in the chat for you. There it is. Got a few viral moments over the last few days you might like to see. A lot of IonQ is going out overnight. A lot of shorts, a lot of clips taken from tonight, plus the preparation for the analysis. If you want Discord, now Discord is something very unique. I'm very proud of. We're the only people that do this because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm actually the world piano man. I've been an investor since I was 17 and I'm simply here to help people. You see me winning all the time, beating the market all the time. And I just want to help people. So we've got a server we could charge $1,000 for. We charge a couple of bucks. Why? Because I make money doing it. And what's even better is there's no AI, there's no bots. It's all me and my team answering every question as it happens, as it comes in. 24 hours a day. I'm literally waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, making a trade and sharing it with you and answering your questions. Who does that? Nobody. I just want to do something amazing while I'm on this earth. I want to do something really amazing that I can leave to people. So that's what I do. And it's a couple of bucks to be a member. Now it is members. It is interview only. We don't let everybody in. We only want investors. We don't want idiots. We don't want people to lark about. We want investors only. So what you do, you apply. I've just given you the Discord link. Suggest you all go pro. It's only a couple of bucks. And then you can message me 24/7. It's the only way on earth you can send me a message. You can't email me, text me, phone me, WhatsApp me, only through Discord Pro. And I will share all my trades. I will teach you how I do the tax lots, how I do the tax harvesting, and how I've always won for 3 years in a row. I'm sure 4 years in a row is virtually guaranteed now because I'm already 5x, 4x the market this year already. And we're only in May. So pretty confident of that. If you'd like that, it's appointment only. So you apply, and if we pick you, you go through a little interview process, watch a video, answer the questions, you can come in. If you get in, then you'll get a guaranteed price, never changes ever, no inflation ever. All right. Okay. So there's Discord. If you want to join YouTube, I know many of you joined tonight through the show, the same promise. No increase in price, no inflation ever, and it's only a couple of bucks. If you want Electrum, my most popular membership, that's where I share my trades 24/7 as well. I answer everyone's questions, whoever comments to the videos. We have members-only live streams, members-only videos. You can request analysis. You saw me tonight in the show. Somebody requested McDonald's earnings. I remember they gave a super chat. We're doing McDonald's for you in the morning. It's as simple as that. All right, guys, I've got to go. Let me read some of the comments. Let me put everybody on the screen. So from 57, what the hell, says Triple Chevy. It was exactly what I predicted. I said it's too expensive and it's going to go down. And that's exactly what it did. No surprise, no need for swearing. We just make money here. No need for that at all. Stop repeating your portfolio plug.
1,899 tipped $10 through Super Chat. Can you cover Genie?
Yes, I can. Of course I will. We got some idiot here. Someone can ban this idiot. We don't want idiots. We don't suffer fools. Stop repeating your portfolio plug. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not selling you my portfolio. You're watching for free. You're not a member. You're not part of our channel. You're just watching for free. How am I selling you or plugging you anything? What utter nonsense. I'm simply giving credibility to what you're seeing. You're new. You didn't know that. And you just come in and go, stop showing your portfolio. Well, the idea was to be transparent to the audience. This is why people trust me. This is why we have 98% of our live viewers are members, more than CNBC and Bloomberg combined. We're not going to hide stuff because you don't like me telling people that I've beaten the market for 3 years in a row. Go and watch a channel that always loses, and they'll never show you because they're never winning. So I recommend you go and do that. Over 31 years IRA in the market, retired now. Stephen, this is great for all quantum stocks. It is a great business, yes, but we need to talk about the business, not just the products. Please say bottle of water. Okay, very funny. I know where you're going with that. Stephen, wow. And you're a moderator for a YouTube channel. Congratulations. Stephen Lewandowski is an oil baron. He's one of our friends here. Yes. The Sarcasm King. I don't know who you're referring to. UK, Laxaliva, I think it is. US, Verse. What part of the US? I'm from Dallas, Texas. UK, Ramesh, good afternoon. Jamaica, wonderful Jamaica. I've been to Mahogany Bay several times. I've played all over Jamaica. I went to Snoop Dogg's house on the bay as the world piano man, all sorts. Sean from the Cayman Islands. I've also gone to the Cayman Islands. Trust me, it's harder to open a bank account in the Cayman Islands than you think it is. I saw all those giant dinosaur things, the giant lizards. It's an interesting place, the Cayman Islands. Palm Bay, Florida. What's Piano Man? What's the Piano Man? I was voted by Sir Elton John as the world piano man. If you go onto my music channels on the homepage of this channel, you'll see me. I've got videos of Elton John's, Paul McCartney, all sorts of stuff. There is the music channel. You might want to go and check it out. I do 14 different voices. Every Friday night we do a music concert. You can join in for a free for a song request. Grand Cayman, thank you. Looking forward to McDonald's tomorrow. Thank you for the request. Let's have a look. Can you cover Genie? Now, you just requested Genius Sports. So let me just now go and look when the date is. All right, let me write this down. So GRENI. We just did the analysis for it, and you saw what happened after we did the analysis, right? It's now ranking number 1. If you go incognito on YouTube, you will see it ranks number 1 already on YouTube. So it promotes the stock. Quite nice, really, when you think about it. Went up 4.5%. Not bad after the review. Anyway, not I'm saying our review did that, but it did give it good publicity. Right, okay, let's have a little look. So available May the 7th, tomorrow morning. I can't do McDonald's and Genie at the same time, can I? I can't. How can I do? Let me see the times. So here we go. I can't possibly do 2 at the same time. May 7. It's tomorrow morning. Let me have a look. May 7. I'm going to see what I can do. May 7. Stay where you are. I'm going to send you all to the IonQ event in the morning. Let me have a look for you. See what I can do. Stand by. Okay. It's at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm pretty sure I can't do it then. 7 a.m. That's in the morning. Genius Sports, 7 a.m. Yep. Let me see what time McDonald's is. It's probably at the same time. You never know. McDonald's. I might be able to get one of my team to... No, I won't. Not at the moment, I won't. Sensei's wife's just had a baby, and Vaz can't do mornings. Pre-market. What time's McDonald's? May 7th. I'm just looking for you. Martyn Lucas Company, Martyn Lucas LLC. Okay. On the sign-up process, it doesn't tell me what time it is. That's a bit stupid, isn't it? What, you're not going to tell me what time it is? What's the sense of that? And what, the God's name, is the sense of just signing up and don't tell what time it is? Right, let me see if it sends me an email. I'm trying to find the time for you. Bear with me. Well, that doesn't make it bloody easy, does it? At the scheduled time. What the bloody hell's the scheduled time? How bloody ridiculous is that? Okay, let me have a look. I'll keep trying for you. I've never had it where I can't find the bloody time. Thursday, May the 7th, 7:30 Central Time. It's at the same time. So no, the answer is I can't, Punky Monkey. I can't do 2 at the same time. That's not possible. So unfortunately, I can't help you there, unfortunately. And sometimes I can get my team to do it, but Sensei's wife just had a baby, so he's out of action at the minute. And Vaz can't do that time of the day either. So there's no one left to do it. So there's nothing I can do. I'm a scuba diver, Stephen. Thank you for sharing that. These non-subs, yeah, you get they're not. They are a subscriber because everyone who comments is a subscriber. But yeah, they're just idiots. They got nothing better to do than come in and just say stupid stuff because they got nothing better to do. You know, we'll just keep making money and beating the market while they just keep saying stupid stuff. Well, you got to have losers to win, right? This is the way it is. Snoop Dogg over there in Jamaica. Help me raise million. Oh, there's my link. Fredericksburg, Virginia. Thank you ever so much, Nova Steel. Lovely to have you here. Is it humble brag time? I'm in. Should I share my career achievements as well? No, it's not your channel. What a stupid comment. What was, it's, you can share if you want, but it's not your channel. I'm simply on my show talking about what we're doing here so our audience understand it. It's not your channel. So why would you want to brag about what you've done? Become a friend of everybody and everybody's interested. Just come in and say, I want to tell you how great I am. That's probably not going to go down too well, is it? Great to be part of your chat. What could you pick up on IonQ or Palantir for long term? Glad to be a new part of your chat. What would you pick IonQ or Palantir? What do you mean? Glad to be a new part of the chat. What would you pick? IonQ or PLTR? Oh, that's easy. That's absolutely an easy choice. It would have to be IonQ because Palantir is hundreds of times earnings and Alex Karp is just a cult follower. Great product, ridiculous business, massively overpriced, hence why it's been dumped so much recently. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He knows it as well. That's why he's been selling it. So IonQ is much better as a business to make money, absolutely. I just joined today. Are you going to use YouTube live platform to do... Are you going to use YouTube live platform to do daily buy and sell? And I've no idea what that means. 6-ish. I trade live all the time, but I don't share my trades in front of the public audience. I do it through Discord and Electrum because we don't want to be front run by anybody announcing our trades to try and get a few clicks. That's not what we do. This is an investment channel, not click on me. I make money from ad revenue and sell your training courses. We do the opposite. I don't know what sort of channels you're watching. IonQ is my number one position right now. Wall Street party goer. If you become a member, you can call in and share me your thoughts. I'd love to know more about the business. You can call in and be part of it. Eating McDonald's goes with Coca-Cola. It kind of does, really, doesn't it? Join the Discordians in Discord, mate. There you go. For Martyn's daily trades, join Discord. Thank you ever so much. All the members helping everybody. That's right. McDonald's has best Coke. It doesn't really. It has kind of syrup, and I think it's Pepsi as well at McDonald's. Am I wrong with that? I think it's Pepsi syrup. I'm not sure. Anyway, bloody hell, that's bad, isn't it? That I own $500,000 of Coca-Cola, and I'm like, what? Anyway, watch this IonQ event tomorrow morning. I'm going to do a full analysis with me so I can break it all down, answer questions about the balance sheet, the numbers, and how to make money from it. It's okay. McDonald's is 7:30 Central. Thank you. Nova Steel, thank you. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Absolutely right. I'm new to the channel. I'm assuming you have a position in IonQ. No, I don't. I don't understand why people think you can't cover stock if you're not in it. Unsure what that is. I'm an investor. I've got, as you can see on the screen, I'm fully invested with $723,000. I'm all in. I use margin whenever necessary, so that can take me over $1 million. I'm fully invested. I'm not currently in IonQ because it's too expensive. I'm here to win and make sure I always win for my Discordians and Electra members, and it's too expensive right now, so I'm not going to buy it to join a fan club. We are an investment channel, not a YouTube channel to get you to click on ads, to get you to sign up for training courses. We provide information where you can win, and right now I wouldn't buy at this price, so I'm not going to be in. All right, anyway, there we go. Leah is here. Oh, hello. Leah just popped in, my wife. I would join the membership, except these moderators are all loopy from too much sun and GLPs. No idea what you mean by that. Anyway, thank you, Martin. You're very, very welcome. Okay, yeah, of course, that's fine. I see. Yes, indeed. All right. Okay, guys. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to send you over now to the IonQ event. It's in the morning, so you can already be there, leave some comments and questions. I'm now going to study throughout the night and put together the analysis on this so you can actually win as an investor, and look at the right prices and the right, and again, not focusing on charts. We're not guessing and gambling. We're focusing on fundamentals and building relationships with the company. All right. So I'll be live in the morning after the McDonald's earnings. We're going to cover that for you. So a lot going on. It's going to be a very exciting morning, exciting day. We're at all-time highs again today. We've gone defensive now. We've sold our S&P 500. We've sold our VU Gene Tech. We've moved just about everything apart from treasury bills into Coca-Cola, expecting to see my portfolio go to $800,000 now very, very quickly. And then we run up to the 1 million. All of that from $5,000. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you very much for all being here. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'm now going to onboard. We had somebody apply for Discord. I'm going to onboard with you and look forward to doing my onstage events with you over there. So here is X. There is Instagram. I'm putting out a lot of X and Instagram posts tonight on IonQ. Some numbers for you. And there is Discord. There's a membership link. Thank you ever so much, everybody who joined tonight. Several people joined. My promise to you, no price increase ever. No inflation ever, and we add more services all the time. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other, and see you live in the morning after McDonald's for the IonQ analysis. That's it from me. Thank you. That was supposed to end. Should we try that again? Thank you.